If you're new to the world of startup investing or looking to diversify your portfolio, this is one of the best ways that you can do it. Hey there, my name's thecrwd. I help everyday investors learn how they can jump into the world of startup investing. I've invested alongside Mark Cuban and Kevin O'Leary in 25 deals worth close to $750 million. Let's demystify the startup investing process and how you can get started today. Here's what you need to know about the world of startup investing. Very simply, what you're doing is saying yes, just like investing in a stock on the stock market or investing in real estate. You believe that this startup has the opportunity to bring you some sort of return on your investment. Now, there are a lot of ways you can invest in startups. You could be an accredited investor and you could sign a check over to a startup. It's a very easy process. Or you can dive into the world of equity crowdfunding, meaning everyday investors have the opportunity, sometimes for as little as a few $100s, to invest in an early stage startup. And this process basically flushes out with you deciding how much money you'd like to give a startup, and you get a number of shares in return. Now, that's very basic. There's a lot of different ways to do it. That is the quick and easy way of how you can get started jumping in as a startup investor. A lot of times people won't tell you how long the process generally is to invest your money to exiting and seeing some sort of return. Now, the first thing you got to know is investing in startups is risky, and more than likely you will probably lose your money. That's why a lot of people don't have the appetite to do this. But let's just say you pick a good startup, you invest in that startup. Typically, the general timeline you should be thinking of is somewhere around 7 years. This is a very general timeline of companies that have been studied for a long time. It typically takes about 7 years for some sort of liquidity event. Maybe they go public, they IPO, or they have a big acquisition. Some big company like Procter & Gamble or Amazon or Microsoft buys them out, and then all of those shareholders get a return on their capital. So you should be thinking somewhere along the lines of 7 years to see your return on your money, if that return indeed happens. Now, what should you do to find the best startups? Now, I'm going to stay in the world of equity crowdfunding. There are a lot of portals out there that you can go find great deals on. There's WeFunder, Equifund, Start Engine, Net Capital. There's just a lot of them that are out there. So a lot of startups will go out, they'll kind of put their proverbial sign out in the digital landscape of the internet, and you can go see them and invest in them right there. So I love finding great deals, and I love telling people about great deals. And so if you haven't yet, I have a free newsletter where I share the top startups that I'm watching every single week. It's called Chris's Watch List. Pretty simple. Click the link down in the description and I will send you that watch list right now. And you can see 10 of the startups that I've got my eye on right now. Let's talk about something you should avoid when it comes to investing in startups. And one of the biggest things you need to know is avoid the hype. A lot of times an industry or a sector might get a lot of attention. Years ago it was drones or cannabis, and now it's AI today. And there's going to be a lot of people popping up saying, I'm an AI company, you should invest in me. And if you're not doing your homework or doing your due diligence, you may be duped by a company that actually doesn't have any artificial intelligence at all. Maybe they're tapping into ChatGPT, but they haven't spent the money and the time and the years of developing their own technology that will make them a sweet acquisition down the line. So you always want to make sure you do your homework, and please make sure you do your due diligence. Don't buy into the hype, do the research, find a great deal. And again, if you haven't signed up for the newsletter, I'm going to send you 10 startups that I'm watching right now that you can go look at in the sea of hundreds, if not thousands, that are already out there. Well, I hope you enjoyed this. If you like this video, definitely like this one right here, and you're definitely gonna like this video right here.